I would like to thank the invitation that you are providing to me to address you in this panel about health and urbanization and the co-benefits with climate change. Well, the health of the city is a complex issue and it's multifactorial. It has many aspects, and at the rate that urbanization is taking place in the world, in many places that goes from infectious disease, the health effect of extreme urban poverty, and but you probably know that because it's well researched and is well known. On relation to climate change, I think that the relation, of course, it should be very positive. The recent studies have demonstrated the contribution of pollution or air pollution to the deterioration of health, and of course improving the quality of the air. It's going to be a fantastic contributor to improving the health of the population. And I think that in that sense, as fast as we can implement the big issues of the agreement on the climate change, the faster. Because we know that we are going late, we know that the emission of CO2 and other greenhouse gases are still increasing. Then it means that we need to first reach the level that we stop its growth, and then we begin to its diminishing. We know that the effects of this problem is the total emission in the atmosphere. It's not a question of rates, it's not a question of any other thing, that the total tons of those contaminants in the atmosphere. Then there's no other alternative to reduce the presence of those contaminants in the atmosphere if we want to save the ecosystems and we want to improve the health of the citizens. And in that sense, I think that the agreed path towards a decarbonization of our economy, that in fact it means decarbonization of our energy, it's crucial. As fast as we can go in that, the better. Cities have done a lot of things in the last 20, 30 years on that, since Rio and probably since Amsterdam, the first conference, I think it was in 73, it was around the beginning of the 70s. It has been a huge commitment of local authorities and mayors in order to work for improvement of health and the reduction of emissions. But we must say that although locally it can be important quantities that we have achieved, at a global level the emission of greenhouse gases is still increasing. That means that we cannot be happy. We should recognize what we have achieved, but this is not enough. And I think that what could be the next step on the contribution of local authorities to the issue. And I think that until now we have been a lot on the line of recycling, energy saving, etc. But you see, when we look at the big figures of the planet, those effects are marginal. Then I think that the local authorities, they need to take a stronger and more strategic role. And I think that the local authorities should reclaim its role in the energy equation. I think that local authorities should come back to run their own utilities based on sustainable energy, and to request from the rest of the powers of the state a supportive policies in order to do so. We need to accelerate the decarbonization of the energy sector. And the cities are very well prepared, because cities, we consume a lot of energy and we produce also a lot of energy. And we can produce much more with sustainable technologies. I think that the movement that we are already seeing in some countries, like in Germany, where we are seeing the remunicipalization of previously privatized utilities, should be emulated, should be considered very seriously as a disruptive strategy to intervene from the local authorities in the issue of climate change. As we have done very well since Rio and Rio Plus 20 and the local Agenda 21, I think that now it's time in a disruptive manner and in an accelerated manner to do one step forward and to be actors in the energy production and distribution, trying to, of course, always with sustainable energies. Now that we need to put electric cars, we need to put new infrastructures, then I think that the markets of the energy, which are markets usually dominated by big and multinational corporations, should be challenged, or should be questioned by local utilities with a strong commitment to sustainable development and renewable energies. I think that could be the next role for convince local authority, once we are trying to improve the health of the people and also at the same time to improve the health of the planet. Thank you.